So I've self-diagnosed myself with an addiction to sugar, which I've probably had for a while, but it hasn't really bothered me until recently. So my question is, what do I need to really understand to finally break the habit? Because logically I understand that I should not be eating sugary, chocolatey snacks after every time I eat.
Why not?
But because so many reasons. It makes my blood sugar crash. I feel bad afterwards. Diabetes runs in my family. So many reasons that I know I should not be eating it after every single time. But I do it.
Is it delicious?
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, man. There's so much here, and you're talking to a fellow addict. I'm not self-diagnosed. I'm for real. I think the first thing I want to address here is the story you've made up about addiction. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And underneath that story, this compulsion, this insatiable feeling, whenever we label it an addiction, it's a strange thing, but it gives us an extra tiny sliver of permission.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help it.
Mm-hmm.
Or I have a thing. And so I want to move that aside for a minute. Now, addiction is very, very real. Make no mistake, right? Make no mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I've sat with people who are in recovery for my whole career. I get that. But I want to get to the story beneath it. What does a delicious... What's your drug of choice? Mine is gummy candy. Actually, mine is anything. There were Oreos on the counter last night, and I just crushed some. What is your drug of choice?
I mean, I love anything chocolatey, brown butter brownies, chocolate chip cookies, chocolate covered anything.
Okay.
All day.
Okay. And are you struggling with your weight?
No, I'm definitely not struggling with my weight. I work out 3 times a week. I'm active. I walk every day. Health-wise, I'm doing good.
So why is this a story you've chosen to tell yourself? You're fit, you're healthy, you're doing well,
mm-hmm.
you're in absolutely no, you have no chance of getting diabetes
mm-hmm.
other than spending a ton of time on social media and listening to nonsensical, uninformed, dangerous influencer after influencer after influencer saying white sugar is the worst. And if you struggle, all that nonsense. The most compelling data from the top scientists in the space, not influencers, but scientists, have convinced me, and this is going to get me electrocuted via the internets, that there really is no bad food. Mm-hmm. What gets bad is when we start beating ourselves up and starting to get into our lovability, our self-worth, we make up negative stories about ourselves that become part of our identity. And then we start saying things like, I can't. And I'm addicted. I'm hooked. I can't stop. Which starts a cascade of behaviors that to cover up that feeling of shame and sadness and exhaustion and frustration, you know what makes that go away? More junk food, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And it just gets into the cycle, right? So, have you struggled with disordered eating in the past?
No, I mean, not at all.
Okay.
I think what gets me though is I'll look, I'm at the grocery store, I'll buy it and I say, I'm going to make this last for this amount of days, this amount of weeks. And then when it doesn't, I'm I have no willpower, over myself. And it's sort of, I don't like that feeling.
That's so awesome. You and me are exactly the same. This is so great. So this is what we do. We surround ourselves with really, really sharp knives all around our bodies, our face, our heads, and we put them 1 inch from our face. And then we sneeze and we stab ourselves and we blame ourselves for sneezing, right?
Yeah.
The ecosystem has been the challenge.
Okay.
Right? So and I'm poking at you, but I'm also being very serious. I think the biggest issue here is the story you've told yourself, which is you're weak, you have a character defect, you don't care about your body, you don't care about your health, you're less than somehow. And that is influencer drivel nonsense. Okay? Sounds like you're taking care of your health and you want to have some candy or a delicious butter or whatever, super atomic brownie. Great. Okay? When it becomes detrimental, the true definition of addiction is a behavior that has a known detrimental cost and we continue to do it anyway. It's a compulsion towards. A reward, a treat, something delicious isn't an addiction.
Okay.
Now, where you run into bigger issues is if you have relationship challenges, if you have spiritual challenges, if you've got other health issues, if you've got fears or anxieties about money, about work, about any bigger topic things, everything can become a Xanax. Okay? And so for me, I don't have a clinical, and I'm going back on what I said here, my clinical diagnostics are different. I do struggle with anxiety, and I am clinically diagnosed with OCD. Like I've got some of these things that when I get uncomfortable, if I surround myself with any number of things, I'm going to reach there and grab it. And that will let me avoid doing the thing that I need to do. Okay. So if you actually want to stop eating sugar, which I'm not recommending, but if you want to stop doing I'm trying to think of the right word. If you want to stop avoiding hard things in your life or uncomfortable moments in your life, and your drug of choice right now is sugar. Sometimes for me it's work. Sometimes for me it's actually exercise. Sometimes for me it is junk food. Sometimes for me it is silence and it can be any number of things for all of us, okay? There's 3 things you can do, okay? And these are, you can do them together, you can do them in individuals, but this is just kind of the order of importance here, okay? The first thing you can do is clear your environment out. If you don't have junk food in your house, you won't eat it. And so the actual triggering event is at the grocery store, not in your house. Okay? And so one of my rules of thumb is I don't ever fall off the wagon. I will park the wagon, climb off of it, and roll around in the mud for a while. And then get back on the wagon. Okay?
Okay.
But demonizing Oreos, demonizing brownies as though there's some kind of evil thing, it just sets up, and I could get all nerdy, but I won't. Sets up for lack of better words, I know there's a clinical thing, but it sets up a compulsion. Right?
Yeah.
You can't. Versus I get to. I get all this delicious, awesome food here. Man, I'm really feeling nervous about my money situation. I'm going to sit down and look at the actual reality of my money. I'm going to actually sit down and look at my budget. I haven't slept because I've been scrolling 2 hours before bed for the last 4 years. I'm going to get the phone out of you see what I'm saying? It's these upriver behaviors. And if the junk food's not there, then you can't just mindlessly go after it. Okay? So that's number 1. Number 2 is look for the triggering event. What is that thing? So do you know that? When do you find yourself grabbing it more and more? When you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're lonely? When do you do it?
Oh, when I'm applying for jobs.
Ooh, tell me about that.
I've been unemployed, I think, for a month and 2 days at this point, and I've worked since I was 15, so I am in a good financial position. I'm not worried about money at all, but it's the fact that I don't have a job right now, I think.
Are you finding yourself increasingly grabbing more and more junk food?
Oh, yes, because I'm home all day.
Okay. So do you see how the problem here isn't your lack of willpower and your weakness in this evil food.
Mm-hmm.
The challenge is the alarms in your body are starting to sound.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's our purpose? We have a lot of unintentional time on our hands now.
Mm-hmm.
You might say, I'm not worried about money at all, but there's a little tiny engine somewhere in the back of your brain that's like, hey, this is 1 month, this is 2 months, and then you start scrolling a little bit more, and it's like, the economy's collapsing, the dollar's going, right? And it's just like, hey, right?
Yeah.
And you know what
exactly.
makes all that go away? Another brownie. It just does.
It's so good, too.
It's so good. It's so good, right? And so the bigger challenges for me are, what if you went and found just a regular old run-of-the-mill 4-hour-a-day job, part-time job, Starbucks, Walmart, Burger King, I don't care.
Okay.
And you might say, that's beneath me. I'm an attorney. I'm suggesting to go do a thing to keep your body active and movement and aimed towards some tiny little purpose.
Okay.
The second thing is begin the night before on a note card. You don't need a fancy app, but a note card that just says, here's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And commit to one thing. I will keep my promise to myself about tomorrow. I'm going to get up at this time. I'm going to exercise. I won't touch my phone until 9 o'clock in the morning. I will apply for 3 jobs or 5 jobs or 10 jobs, and then I will turn off the screens and I will go for a walk. I'll go to a soup kitchen and work for 2 hours. I'm going to go walk a dog. I'm going to go work 4 hours you get what I'm saying? It's about refilling that unintentional time with intention. And none of that is as fun or as easy as just grab another brownie. It's just not. It's all the things I'm telling you are awful and miserable, okay?
Yeah.
Here's the next thing. This is called the smallest tiny action. I got this from Michael Easter, and it's been magic in my own life, okay? For you, the smallest tiny action is not putting it in the grocery store. Not putting it in your basket in the grocery store.
Mm.
It's making a rule. I don't go inside into the gas station.
Mm.
I don't go in the door. And that way you take away, it's kind of like if you're like a true alcoholic, you can't go to bars anymore. Right?
Yeah.
And so what's the smallest tiny action? Here is a couple in my life. When my alarm goes off in the morning, I have to get up. I have to get up right then. I have to put both feet on the floor. Otherwise, I will sit there. I'll grab my phone. I'll check the Astros score. They lose all the time. I will then check the Rangers score. They lose more, so I'm happy. And then I will find myself literally an hour later down some weird rabbit hole. And so my rule is, when the alarm goes off, I have to put my feet on the floor and stand up and get out of my bed. And for whatever reason, that starts a positive cascade towards all the things that I said I was going to do that day.
Mm.
But saying, I'm not going to scroll, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to, man, that is a lot. Willpower is finite. Like, that's a lot that's a crummy way to start a day, other than my alarm goes off, I'm going to get up. And then here's the last one. This is from the great Anna Lemke. She's the addiction guru out of Stanford Medical School. If you want to read an amazing book, read Dopamine Nation. It's one of the best books of the last decade. If you're a nerd like me, it's a masterpiece of a book. And the book starts with a long chapter on masturbation. So some people get stuck in it. They're like, what? But read the book. It's just world class. It's amazing. But she recommends a white knuckle 30-day fast. Don't do it for 30 days. Don't try to make peace with it. Don't try to have it in the cabinet, but only get it after 4 o'clock. Go 30 days with nothing. And whether that's a rubber band that you pop, whether it's keeping a small journal next to you, I got mine right down here. Look at this. If you're watching this on YouTube, I literally have it right here. I'm carrying it right next to me. It's right on the floor in the studio, right by my feet. But I make little tally marks in it. Here's a behavior I wanted to do, and I'm not doing it. I felt it, but I'm not going to do it. And it's a way to acknowledge to my body, oh, you want to do a thing, but we're not going to do that for 30 days. And what you will find over 30 days is the craving incredibly subsides. Can you get addicted to sugar? Probably yes. I think more so you get addicted to the numbing behavior, but I don't want to, it's an academic discussion. It's a thing in your life that you wish was different. Cool. But I'm way more concerned with the stories you tell yourself. I think in the long run, that's more damaging than the brownie. Walking around feeling like I'm not enough, I'm not good, I'm not worth it, I'm a failure. I can't even go 30 days without whatever the story you want to tell yourself is. And in a weird way, when you change your story about yourself, I get to feel great today. I get to have a healthy breakfast today. I get to go to the gym today. Some of these numbing behaviors kind of just roll off. Or when you find yourself with 3 extra hours a night because you've committed, I leave my phone in the car. Or I just deleted all social media apps off my phone right now. Except for LinkedIn, I'm looking for a job. Then you realize, oh my gosh, I don't have anything going on. I'm going to call a friend. I'm going to go hang out with some people. I'm going to go grab some chips and a queso. I'm going to go hang out with some, like whatever. You start to fill your life up with things that actually make your body feel whole, feel good. And man, you just don't feel that same burning desire to just hammer an entire pizza. And if you do hammer a pizza, do it with intention. Do it with a smile on your face and get up the next day and get back after it. In all, you're worth being loved and you're worth telling yourself good stories. And you're worth doing the work to do the next right thing. Look for the smallest tiny action as far upriver as possible and pay special attention to the triggering events. And every once in a while, just crush a good brownie.